What's going on, guys? NJ Chris here. Thanks again for watching. Alright, so this video is going to be a quick tip that I figured out. I didn't actually see any YouTube videos on this. So basically what happened is this. We're all familiar with these little isobutane cartridges that, that they sell for the backpacking stoves. The problem is there really wasn't a way of refilling them until this little thing that I found out. Or at least I couldn't find any way of refilling them. So you would end up with a whole group of them half filled, and you're wondering, if you're going on a trip, alright, if this is a 4-day trip, is it going to, am I going to have enough if I just bring this little cartridge, or do I need to bring this big cartridge, but does this cartridge only have, 45% of whatever it's in? You don't have to worry about that. For $8, and you can refill these cartridges. Well, you can buy the tool to refill these cartridges, and then for these little cartridges you can refill them from empty for $1 each. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and it's going to save the hassle, really, of having 5 or 6 different cartridges laying around that are half full and you wondering, which one should I bring, which one should I bring. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is actually all you need to refill these cartridges. The thing on the left, as I showed you before, is the butane that you're going to be using to fill the cartridge. The only thing that you really need to fill the cartridge is this little piece of metal right here. This is a machined piece of metal made by this one company. I'll post a link. This one piece of metal, I think it's like $8 shipped over from Taiwan. It's the only place I found it. It's basically just an adapter so that you can fill this cartridge. And the adapter goes on just like that. It has 2 rubber gaskets, and that's really all it is. And then in order to fill the cartridge, you take the cartridge that you want to put the butane from on the top, and then this one on the bottom. If you wanted to put all the stuff from the jet boil canister into this, you would simply flip it upside down. Now, the way you tell how much fuel to put into these cartridges is you weigh them. Now, this thing that looks like an iPhone is actually a scale. So I'm going to turn the scale on. Now, these cartridges completely empty weigh 100, I believe it's 103 grams the last time I measured it. So a full cartridge with 100 grams of fuel will weigh exactly 203 grams. So I'm going to weigh this cartridge right now, and I'll show you exactly what this weighs. This cartridge weighs 142.6 grams, which means I've probably used it on 2 backpacking trips so far. So it's definitely time to, to refill it, because you definitely don't want to take out a cartridge that's only half empty with you, especially if you're going on a couple, one of those areas that don't allow open campfires. So, all right. So simply, this is all you're going to do. You put that in there till it pops, and then it'll go right back up. You take the butane. Now, it works better if this cartridge is cold. You can refrigerate them for like 15-20 minutes or so, and it'll work. So you put that on top, and then you push down, and you'll have the butane going from the top to the bottom. Now, keep in mind, this is butane. I know the jet boils use isobutane, which is just a 25-75 mixture of propane butane. So 75 butane, 25 propane. So actually, if you wanted to, you can put 75 grams of butane in and 25 grams of propane in if you got a propane adapter. I believe they sell them for airsoft guns and stuff, if you wanted to use the Coleman propane tanks. So yeah, right now we're filling this up. Now, this cartridge up top is actually pretty empty, so I'm not sure that this is going to fill all the way. I'm hoping that it will. So you do that, you shake it up, the butane is going to settle all the way to the bottom. Like I said, this is almost empty, and you just keep doing this until you stop hearing it. You can't really overfill this with this cartridge, so I'm just going to keep doing this and keep doing this. They suggested on the website that you can put a book on top of this one and like wedge it within a bookshelf or anything, but I just like doing it by hand. Like I said, filling them this way, if you fill the entire canister from empty, it costs $1. So that's a lot better than spending $5-6 on these little cartridges every time you use them. In my Dick's Sporting Goods, I think these are $5.99, and then the bigger ones are $7.99. So, and it's just the convenience of having, being able to fill them and not end up with like 7 or 8 cartridges that are half empty around your house. So, alright, so I filled it up a little bit. Now I'm going to take the scale out. We're going to tear the scale to make sure that it is completely thin. I'm going to put this on top. Now I'm going to show you 185.8 grams. Now we're not all the way there. I'm going to, I can put 15 more grams of fuel into this if I wanted to. But 180 grams will be good enough for this next trip. So I'm going to keep it for there. Okay guys, so like I said, you can buy these canisters online on eBay and on Amazon. This is the type of canister it is. It's just power. I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese made thing. That's the type of top that you need. Now this is kind of important for some things and it's not important for other things. This is just a little slot for other adapters that you can put on this. I just wanted to show you this as well because there's not a lot of information on it. So really that little tool, that little piece of metal will fit any type of butane canister, but this canister in particular, you can buy this tool or this adapter off of eBay, Amazon, same thing. Now this adapter has that little notch, and that little notch, if I can get it, will fit right in there, and then you twist it. So now essentially you've turned this tall canister into the same exact fitting as, whoops, forgot to take the lid off, into the same exact fitting as that. So you can take one of your stoves, screw one of your stoves on, and of course it's not going to light on the first one. This stove is pretty old, so let's just light it with a regular and light it that way. Now, I don't like doing it this way because you have essentially now a very narrow 12-inch tall stove. But the butane works really good for these types of stoves. Just another way you can utilize these canisters.